Yes, T is for transitory. Time. Timothy. What did Paul say to Timothy? Don't let them treat you as trivial because of your youth. You have the truth. That's what counts. Well, that's because Paul worshipped truth in a way. And he felt his enlightenment was that. It suddenly struck him one day on the road to Emmaus. Was it? No. Which one was it? Was he going down to Jericho? You could check it out, couldn't you? If you're worried about the truth. The truth is of history, and history is nothing like as valuable as story. There's been enormous tomes of history written. Nothing like as effective on our lives and civilization as story. And that's why we read stories to our children. It gives them the truths they need, well, as we see it, and we hope it will be a blessing to them. And the stories that survive are the ones that seem to be appropriate to building the culture and civilization and preserving such parts of it as lead to the next generation. And if it didn't, we wouldn't be here. End of civilization. All has to start again. The story is very important. Whether it's Enid Blyton or Aesop's fables or Bible scriptures type, religious scriptures, or definitely written for children. Our imagination has to be quickened, that we start to hope and travel in the right direction. I am the way, says Jesus in the story. The moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on. Not all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your words wash out a word of it. In secular hands, that's appallingly depressing, that verse. But to a person who's born again of God, it is the beauty and wonder of God. And it is as the law of the Medes and Persians. You cannot change what has happened in time. He was able to, of course, because time flows on at a phenomenal rate. And whatever it was, it vanishes into, approaching zero, into the past, in your perception of it. It's of aeons and aeons of aeons ago. But it has been foundation in bringing about your very present state. Wow, that's amazing. And we trust it's for the best. After all, we're still here. And we value being still here. And you would think rationally, therefore we value him, the originator of such, and all that he's allowed, because he's a loving, perfect, all-powerful God. But perhaps you choose to trust something less. Well, you should reform your trust. Improve it. Give it the goodness it deserves. Give God the glory. And that's what praise and worship does. It glorifies God. It says, oh God, you're infinite, you're wonderful. You're my dad, you love me, you love us all, you love all life. I will sing your praises forever. And the result? You're transcendent. Because you've focused on whatsoever is good and lovely. And you've been transformed by such a practice. I therefore commend such practice to you. Perhaps I should have put this in the P letter, 1985 we're in, aren't we? But we're on T. So I say you should simply transform your trust that you transcend. Bless you, and you are blessed thanks to our transcendent God. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. I'll give you what may be an exercise, Sutta. It's made of Sir Spirit and Ter Truth. It's something special, isn't it? It's not just truth. It's spirit in the form of story. If you think of the word saint for a moment, Sir, Spirit, God, Spirit of God, negation, truth, Spirit of God negating truth, saint. He's more than, God is more than truth. He is hope as well, you see. He's all the other things of God as well. The saint, therefore, puts truth in perspective and realizes the importance of story, of historicity, his story. It's all story. You were studying it as if it were truth, and you were basing your science on objective fact, the truths of your experience in your history, your experiments and so on, and other people's. That is not of God. Well, it's of God, but it's not God. It's not the fullness of God. The fullness of God is in sainthood. Story, God, negation of truth, negation of its primacy. The modern world has worshipped truth instead of love. It actually thinks you should be honest, not kind. No, you should be kind first. Do you like my new dress? Ah, it's a lovely colour. Yes, love. I'm so glad you're happy with it. What did it cost? You're not telling the truth because you love her. And she had to have this experience of the dress. Well, I'm glad she's had it, and I made it possible. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Let me revise a minute. So I'm with Paul, and don't treat truth as trivial. You have the truth. This gives you your authority, not your age, for goodness sake. I mean, you can be hoary-headed like Marshall, but you might not have the truth. What's the point? And some received the truth young, some went old, some never received the truth. Well, many, that's why they come back, perhaps, in Eastern understanding. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. The truth of what? The truth that's in the story of Jesus. Ah. And what he means by truth now is he means what you mean. What's of value in this story? What's the truth of the matter? Oh, that God is your heavenly dad. There's no question of it. The whole emphasis of the story is that. And if you miss that, you end up with Christianity. You end up with everything else, which is largely Pauline. True truth of the matter is that saintliness is what you're aiming at. It's just that you don't know what it is yet. So you try and use analysis of the truth to guide you in that direction. But truth is transitory. It's only relevant to this universe and these dimensions. You're experiencing this for something eternal. Stars in heaven. Vibration. Stars. They're eternal. Well, relative to the stuff on earth anyway. And they are a light in themselves, and the most impressive, because you're the nearest to it, is the sun, your star. And in a sense it symbolizes the Lord, the giver of life. We're back to sun worship again, aren't we? Perhaps I should have gone on to S here. Well, it's hard to deal with T without S, because there's another sound, letter that we haven't got in there. It's st. Or is st just the combination of the two? Well, they're close to each other, even in the alphabet and in the right order. Stay. What does stay mean? Absolute, permanent, something of God. Allah. Allah, goodness. Aleph. And Y. You. Stay. Stay you. And the stir. Silence. Stop. Stay. Stir. Make that the truth of things. Stop. You know, this is the most urgent of prayers, isn't it? Issued forth in voice. Stop. Stay. Well, stop was to bring peace as well. You know, if you stop what you're doing, then you're entering a state of stable peace, as opposed to the action you were on, which was clearly something that was seen by the person giving the statement, the command, or the request, or the exclamation, as terribly important that you stop if you're going to have peace. And the R is the minimalized, the zero. Nothing. Stop. Zero. Oh. That's as far as I can go with that. I'm getting tired. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Oh yes, or just to say then, time, time is digital, isn't it? Tiny bits of time, of present, strung together, form time. You can only experience one at a time. And it slips into the past, and you take another from the future. And there seems at least to be an endless stream of time. Perhaps it's circular in some way, but anyway, endless. Because the circle does show that, doesn't it? This notion of the circumference of a circle, it's continuous. You go round and round in cycles. And much of living seems to be cyclical, as in determined, I suppose, by the planets and the stars, you know, I mean, seasons and so forth, and day and night, and so on. Yes, even civilizations, perhaps because, well, just to say, but you may pass through certain parts of the universe regularly and they cause havoc on the planet and civilization's wiped out and it starts again, every, I don't know, N,000 years. Bit like the notion of the theory about meteorites ending the last great civilization before the sort of, perhaps long before the sort of history that we have of this one. Yeah. So time, but I, really, see, T-I-Y-M, time. It's of a greater I, greater than I. Because of course I to infinity is I, in some sense. Permanence, I suppose I mean. Mother of all being and creation in this universe, at least, isn't it? If you have no time, it can't be done. It just can't be done. I don't have the time. Passing on now to the next world. There's a certain urgency, isn't there, in life, precisely because of its apparent handicap, its limitations. Life here is very limited, it's transient. You have an opportunity, dear one, take it. Take it in such a way that when you leave here, you have an infinite time ahead of you, so to speak, in heaven. Make sure you graduate. You don't have to keep coming back here, dear. Or worse, or even better. Don't be bribed with something better. Don't be bought. I already belong to God. I'm already bought, thank you. You can't offer me, wonderful time in the astral or causal world. I've already been bought. My heavenly dad. That's where I am. Always. He dwells in me. He dwells in you, you see. Don't believe me? Read John 17. That's what he asked for. That the Holy Spirit, God himself, and himself, Jesus of the story, dwelling in you. And you can't imagine God saying no to Jesus, can you? If Jesus asked, well, it's beyond me that God didn't give. Especially if you're a Christian. I mean, he is God. From a Christian's point of view. Gotcha. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.